years ago. I woke up out of what I thought was a dream, and I was actually hanging from a rope. Hi, I'm Mandahla, and I'm biting the bullet. You know, it was just like any other day. I actually tied the rope about 4 weeks prior, and I just remember going upstairs, grabbing the rope and tying it to the top of the stairs, and then going downstairs and replying to text messages. And I grabbed the step ladder and put it directly underneath the rope. And I stepped up and I put the rope around my neck, and I just stepped off. I don't remember thinking that I was about to die. I didn't say goodbye to anyone. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. And then I heard a crash, and what had happened was my body had started convulsing, and I had knocked something off my bookshelf, and that woke me up. And maybe it was because of my body convulsing, but I had tightened the rope around my neck. And so it was lengthened, and I was able to touch the ground. And I remember coming to and thinking, what an awful dream, and realizing that I couldn't breathe, and I just realized what I was about to do. And I realized with certainty that I didn't want to. And luckily, I am a collector of knives and sharp things, and I could just see the hilt of a machete poking out from the bookshelf. And I knew that if I could reach for it, then I could cut the rope. And so I had to tighten the rope more around my neck and fight for life, actually fight for it, to reach the machete. And when I did, I cut the rope. And I remember taking in deep gasps of air and realizing how close I had come. My brother hung himself in October 26, 2008. And when I was 12, my mother killed herself. So I come from a family of depression and some tough times. It was actually my brother who saved my life. My brother and I were raised by my stepfather, and he was not a very nice man, and he would beat us up pretty horrifically. There was one night that I got really beaten up badly. He used one of those belts that you would use in weightlifting, you know, to protect your back, and he was beating me up with one of them, and the pin went directly into my leg. And it was that actually really scared my brother, and he ended up running away one early morning. I was 6 and he was 8, and got help. And we went into emergency foster. Raymond and I ended up being separated, actually for reasons that I only just recently found out. But when we were separated, their 14-year-old son in the first foster family started sexually abusing me and molesting me on regular occasions from the age of 6 until I was just about to turn 9. And how I was taken from there was, we were around the table one night and he touched me inappropriately, and his mother saw it. And she called up the government services then and there, and they came and grabbed me straight away and took me to an emergency foster family. And I cried the whole way, specifically because I thought it was my fault that I was taken from there, because I had let them know what he had done. All I felt was guilt and shame. I was brought up by 2 Dominican sisters, 2 nuns actually. The names are Rosemary and Anne, and the most wonderful thing about that is that my mum's name was Rosemary Ann. So the universe and paths aligning. It was with them that I was actually able to really live, I call it my second childhood, because they taught me what it was like to be loved. I'm very thankful that I was with Rivera because I don't think I would be the person I am now if it were not for them. It wasn't really until, I guess, I hung myself that I realised what it was like to really want to live. I think what I've had to learn to do, and it's an ongoing thing, telling that little me that it wasn't my fault and I am worthy and I am enough and I am loved and I am loved. How I stay in this world is going to be different than how someone else stays in this world. It's really easy for me to be able to think I could just let it all go. I could just snuff out my flame like that and not have to worry anymore, and I can be with my mum and my brother and not have to deal with this constantly. But what keeps me here is the connections I've made and the people I have surrounded myself with, because if I can wriggle my way through those old core beliefs of I'm not worthy and I'm not enough, if I really dig in there, I know that my friends are in my life because they love me and they care about me, and they see the bright that I am, the bright that you are. They're tethers. And I think having tethers in this world is not a weak thing. Having people in your life is not weak. It's actually one of the strongest things that you can possibly do. So as dark as things can get, I would say ask for help, as hard as that is, because it is actually a lifeline. One of the reasons why I want to bite the bullet is because I am moved by other people's stories. I find parallels within my own story and theirs, so I want to know what kind of ripple my story can create. And I want to be here for that. And I want to be here for other people's stories too. I'm choosing to bite the bullet because I am worthy and I am deserving and I am love.